Hey, what's up everybody? Welcome back to my channel. My name is JW Kriwal, Flex Daddy Righteous, and today we're going to go after a deck in the expanded format that revolves around all of everybody's favorite dark Pokemon. That's right, we have the cornerstone of this deck, Greninja and Zoroark-GX. So Greninja and Zoroark-GX says for 2 energy, Dark Pulse does 30 plus the amount of dark energy attached to all of your Pokemon. So this is going to be your heavy hitter, has a ton of HP, and it has a weakness that isn't that played in the expanded format. Of course, fighting, you think of fighting like Landorus, you think of Zygarde, these kinds of things, Buzzwole, of course, and maybe even a Marshadow here and there. But by and large, fighting isn't the end-all be-all weakness to have. So that is how this deck can thrive in the expanded metagame. We play some Darkrai's here. There's a Darkrai-GX, which has its restoration ability. Once during your turn, if this Pokemon is in your discard pile, you may put it onto your bench and attach a dark energy to it. So it's a way for us to accelerate energies from the discard pile that isn't an item. We also have a Darkrai-EX, mostly here for the Dark Cloak ability, although Night Spear isn't anything to scoff at. 90 and 30 snipe to one of your opponent's bench Pokemon can really set up some key KOs, but mostly for the pivot ability that Dark Cloak provides. We round it out here with a host of support Pokemon. So we have our Shaymin-EX, just a solid card in the expanded format because you can set up as many times as you want. Compare that to Dedenne-GX, which has its Dead Change ability. That only lets you go 1 time per game. So Dead Change, pretty tough if you want to continue to set up, but that's why we play both Dedenne and Shaymin. Finally, we have a Lele. That's just an all-around good support Pokemon to have. Pull out something like a Sycamore or a Guzma from your deck whenever you need it. We have here a Marshadow-GX of our own. That's just to hit things like Pikarom or in the mirror. Things for weakness. Just a super solid ability here. Can copy a lot of different attacks. And we have a Mew to prevent snipe damage onto the bench. We come in here with 12 Dark Energy, a little bit higher count than what a lot of other decks play and what I've been playing recently in my deck. So 12 Dark Energy. We have a couple of different ways to accelerate energy beyond the Darkrai-GX. And the first one here is the Max Elixir. This one is an infamous card. People love it and people hate it at the same time because while you could hit an energy card and it feels so busted when you do hit your Max Elixirs, it can also feel very crushing when you don't. So we have 4 Max Elixirs to make sure that we can at least get, I think 2 to 3 is a good amount of success with Max Elixir. But it just says look at the top 6 cards and attach a basic energy card you find there to a basic Pokemon on your bench. So super solid card there. We have Dark Patch. There are 4 of these as well. This is a little bit more guaranteed than the Max Elixir. So it's an auto inclusion in all dark decks. 4 of those. 4 Battle Compressor just to thin the deck and get the dark energy and the Darkrai-GX into the discard as soon as you can. We play 4 Ultra Ball. 3 Sky Field, just to make sure that you have enough things on your bench. You're going to want to be setting up here consistently with Shaymin and Dedenne over and over and over again. So make sure that you have a high count of Sky Field to ensure that you can do that. 4 VS Seeker, and then a little bit of an unusual card, Hypnotoxic Laser. You might be wondering why there are Hypnotoxic Lasers, but it's mostly for, well, of course, you get the extra damage and poison between turns, but it's mostly for Darkrai-GX's Dedenne-GX attack. If your opponent's active Pokemon is affected by a special condition, that Pokemon is knocked out. So most of the time, it's going to provide just the extra 10 damage that you might need or a sleep flip that you might need on your opponent's Pokemon. But it can often provide that Dedenne-GX. If you're trying to go against something that has just too much HP for your guys to knock out, or maybe you're trying to take the last prize of the game, Dedenne-GX can come in clutch. Have a couple Fighting Fury Belts just to keep your boys alive as long as possible. And then rounding it out with 4 Sycamore, 3 Guzma, and 1 Colress. So that is the list, you guys. Let's hop onto the ladder. All right, Just Noah is going to be our first victim of the day on the ladder. Sorry, Noah. That is just the breaks. Probably not going to beat me. Not with this deck, at least. So we get a Marshadow. This is a pretty decent start, I have to say, for this kind of deck, you just want to see like a supporter in your first turn. Really, as soon as you can get going, you actually play from the board fairly well. So it's just getting those first couple turns. And oh my goodness, we are going to see a Slowpoke Psyduck deck. So I think it's going to be pretty good for us here. We'll go with the Ultra Ball and just discard the VS Seeker because I think we're going to play the Sycamore anyway. So let's do that. And we'll get ourselves a Darkrai to put onto the bench. Sure. Okay. So we'll go there. We'll go here with the Fury Belt to the active. No real reason not to do that. We'll play the Stadium because why not? And then ditch ourselves a Darkrai GX. Now, we don't have anything on the bench just yet, but we will restore our Darkrai GX, attach to it, play a Battle Compressor. Although, ay caramba. Do we even want to do that? What do we want to thin from our deck? Because the thing is, like, we want the dark energies in our deck so we can Max Elixir for them, but we also want them in the discard so we can Battle Compressor. So I think, actually, I'm going to Max Elixir first. There might be some stats on that I just don't know, but I think if we were going to Battle Compressor, we would want to get rid of a dark, and I feel like that lowers our odds incredibly. All right, so I look like a genius because I got the Max Elixir hit. So go me. The most busted player in history. And then yeah, sure. So we'll go here. Okay? So that'll give us another restoration. It'll give us another dark energy onto the field, and we're going to be looking for some way to attack next turn. We don't really have. The other thing we could do is maybe put this into the discard now that I think about it, because then next turn we can attack with our Shadow Hunt capabilities. So I think those are 3 just decent things to just go into the discard considering our start. We could also Guzma. That's an option for us next turn as well. But let's restore. We don't know if he's going to play any sort of Silent Lab or anything like that. Get our Darkrai back and pass it up. Yeah, cool. So we'll have to see what version of Slowpoke Psyduck he's playing. I think there's a couple good lists out there. And by good lists out there, I mean lists that I've created. I haven't seen a Slowpoke Psyduck deck from anybody else yet. So I'm excited to see how his list compares. But we get a Shaymin. Yeah, Shaymin for 5. Pretty good start from him. Now, if we are able to get a Darkrai onto the bench and he maintains this poison, we could dead end him for a knockout. Oh, but he plays a Keldeo. Okay, Keldeo is going to be a little bit tough to deal with because it has that barrier ability, this pure heart ability, prevent all effects of attacks, including damage done to this Pokemon by your opponent's GX or EX. So that means that we can't even take a knockout with Dark Cleave, Dedenne-GX, because that's an effect of an attack. So we're going to have to find a way around this. I think it involves knocking out the Slowpoke Psyduck and then Guzma-ing the Shaymin and a Lapras. So that's what I'm going to try to go for. We're hoping that he doesn't switch this out of the active. But if he does, that is going to be the route. Try to get a bunch of Guzmas. So we see a Mermaid's Call. There's a Misty. I think, though, I will retreat if it comes down to that. If we don't have an opportunity to get a Darkrai out next turn, I think I will just manually retreat so that I can use my Dedenne-GX. Take the 3 prizes while they're still here, and then try to Guzma into a Shaymin or something like that. So let's retreat here. Let's go here and use Dedenne-GX. So he's just going to be straight up knocked out. See you later. Take our 3 prizes and hopefully draw something off of these 3 prizes. So there's a Dowsing Machine. That guarantees us a supporter for next turn. And we're looking pretty solid. Now, what can he do? I think he's just going to be walling behind Keldeo. He might go for something like an AZ. I think that would be the worst card for us to see. If he gets an AZ, he can pick up the Shaymin, and we definitely don't want that. So on our turn, we'd love to draw into an Ultra Ball. An Ultra Ball would guarantee us a knockout onto the Shaymin because we can retreat and then Guzma. Or even a Dark Patch would be good. Just some way to get around this Keldeo, which is going to stall us here if we can't find a way around. We don't play anything like Silent Lab. We don't play anything like Power Plant. So we can't get through the Pure Heart. I'm trying to think of other things in the deck that we could maybe use. Nothing that viable comes to mind. So let's think about this. We could just, laser him. I think probably the play is to go there on the bench. So let's battle Compressor again. Get ourselves. Ditch a battle Compressor. I don't think we need that. Ditch another Dark Energy. And I think with our last battle Compressor, we'll actually want to go for a Dark Patch. It seems kind of awkward, but if we get ourselves a Dark Patch, then we can Dowsing Machine and grab it back. So I'm going to do that. I think what I should have done there is with the third spot, just grabbed a Dark Patch, but it's all good. We want to save the Ultra Balls. I think the Sky Field at this point is a little bit worthless, so we'll get rid of one of those. And then the Mew, I don't think it's going to matter at all. So we'll get rid of those three. Go here with the Dowsing Machine. And we'll discard a Dark and a Fury Belt. Get ourselves a Dark Patch. Play the Dark Patch. And go here with a Guzma onto the Shaymin. Now we're down to one prize. We have to find one Guzma. We have to find one way to get around, one VS Seeker, one way to get around this Keldeo, and we have the game locked up. There is an Ultra Ball, a very big draw for us. And a Dark Energy, that's fine. So if with this Ultra Ball, we can just get ourselves a Lele, play that down, grab a Guzma, and win the game. Or if we wanted to be, kind of BM about it, we could just grab like a Shaymin or something like that. Grab a Dedenne if we really wanted to cheese my opponent. So we see a Bills and yeah, he's not really doing a whole lot. He hasn't attacked yet. We'll see if he can even get an attack. I just feel okay, yeah, at the point where you're playing Pokemon Communication in your expanded deck, unfortunately, I just think he had his standard deck. He put in a VS Seeker. He put in an Aqua Patch, a couple Dive Balls. Yeah, it's not really looking good, Chief. So we'll go here with the Ultra Ball, grab that Lele, play it down. Get the Guzma, and just Guzma up a Lapras. Call it a day. All right, so there is the concession for my opponent, and we worked pretty smoothly with that deck. That was mighty fine, I gotta say. So that is the thing about these kinds of expanded decks, that they can just pop off like nobody's business. We didn't really do that in that last game. It didn't quite matter because we played a Slowpoke Psyduck, which isn't, it's not necessarily that good in the standard format, but it really kind of struggles in the expanded format with how much degeneracy and how much quickness there is, how hard a lot of these decks can hit very quickly. But yeah, so that's one thing about these decks is that they can pop off just to an unbelievable degree. We didn't quite see that, but maybe we will this game. right. I think we have to start here with the Mew. We have no other draw in our hand. If he plays, let's see. I'm trying to think what would be something that would, you know, no stadium can bother us. So I think we're pretty good here. Oh, and Fire and Oranguru. You don't really see that in Expanded. And there is a Whitney. I think it's going to be a Salazzle hand deck. If I had to guess, this is Salazzle hand. So we'll go here. We'll battle Compress. We'll get rid of as many Darkrai-GXs as we can. There is 1, 2, and we'll also ditch a Dark Energy. And then we will restore, grab ourselves a Dark, and then try for the Max Elixir. Again, this is the same idea. We don't want to discard any more Darks, so we're going to go here with the Max Elixir. We do hit it. We're a genius. And then we'll do a Battle Compressor, discard at least one more Dark. One more Dark, one Sycamore. And I think that's it. That seems fine. I like those. I like those cards to discard. We could discard another Dark. Yeah, actually, let's go 2 Dark. Okay, that's fine. Sure. And then we'll attach to the active and then go in with a Shaymin for 5. Oh, I guess the card that would have bodied us would have been a Wobbuffet in the active. I was trying to think of, like, what could we lose to? Ultra Ball. Get rid of the Dark, maybe? Okay, fine. Grab ourselves a Darkrai. Yo, what up? Real Slim Shady, thank you for the sub. Really appreciate it. Half off this month, you guys. I'm extending that special deal to everyone. So if you guys want to get on this sub train, please do it. I have a new emote coming, so look out for that. Thank you so much, Real Slim Shady. Appreciate it. So we'll get ourselves a Darkrai-EX. Going with a Max Elixir. We don't hit it that time, but that is okay. We'll bench this because why not? And then go in with the Sycamore. So what we want to see is a Dark Patch, a Max Elixir. We do hit both. So we'll go here with the Dark Patch. That's the guarantee. Attach it here to the Darkrai-GX. Go in with the Max Elixir. Hit that as well. I suppose that we wanted to actually play the Max Elixir first. It doesn't really matter all that much, to be honest. We're going to take a knockout here. But this is a better attacker generally to have. The only reason you might want to attack with a GX over a tag team is that it only gives up 2 prizes. So in this way, you can kind of force your opponent to take more prizes than they need to. If you go GX and then 2 tag teams, you have to force them to take 8 prizes. If you go GX, a tag team, and then another GX, you force them to take 7 prizes. Real Slim Shady says, had to hit you up and watching the YouTube vids, and the deck lists are fire. Thank you so much, dude. Welcome to the Backseat Gaming crew. I really appreciate it. You're going to be up on YouTube tomorrow. No, not tomorrow. Monday. This video is for sure going up, but I appreciate it, man. Thanks for all the support, and you came at a good time. Never been a better time to sub. Alrighty. Look at this man. That Rayquaza outfit is nutty. Oh my gosh. He is looking real fly. I always see those trades on the trade ladder. They're like, you could get a Pikachu shoes and, you know, Pikachu pants for a pack. All right, count that win. We're 4-0, baby. 3-0? Like, get a pack. Or win a pantsuit. A Pikachu pantsuit for only 1 pack of Unified Minds. And I'm like, what a deal. And then I wonder, where do they get those? I don't know enough about the wardrobe of PTCGO to know that whether or not that was a good deal. Yeah, if anyone's like if anyone's really into you know, trading clothes on PTCGO, let me know. All right, pretty atrocious hand here. but we're going to try to make it work. So our battle compressor is going to get us a few things. First thing it's going to get is a Darkrai-GX. Second thing it's going to get is a Dark. These are going to work together. We're going to get one extra accelerated energy when we bring that back. And it also gives us a chance to use Max Elixir, so I'm going to get that. And then we'll put a Sycamore in the discard because that opens us up to have 3 VS Seeker slots as good draw options, right? So before, if we didn't put the Sycamore, we would only be able to draw into 4 supporters, right? Colress and 3 Sycamore. But by taking a Sycamore out, we actually open these VS Seekers up to being draw cards. So now we've gained +2 advantage there. So we'll restore. And I think I'm going to save the laser. There's not... I don't think that there's really a reason to use it because we probably want to Dedenne-GX if we have the opportunity. So I'm going to save the laser. I don't want to give him any extra damage from Outrage either. So if we like do the laser and he can Outrage for 40, I mean, I don't know that it'll make a difference, but the math just doesn't check out to me. So, yo, Gravesaw, welcome back, homie. Thanks for the sub, dude. That's 5 months in a row. I really appreciate you. Thank you for being here. Never been a better time to sub. Glad you're here, man. If you've been following the Kinder Egg arc, and if you haven't, I would definitely recommend going to my Twitter and follow the Kinder Egg arc. But we are on day 4. Yesterday we got a very nice man. Oh, yo. Can we do it? If we hit the Max Elixir, we win. All right, guys, I need your support. I need your support. If we hit the Max Elixir, we just straight up win. Straight up. All right, here goes nothing. 3, 2, 1. Don't look. Yo, we hit it. Let's go, chat. Oh my gosh. Bust. The busted filthy deck. Yo. And the 295 bits. Thank you, Gravesaw. So insane. So insane. What a deck. What a lady. What a night. What a deck. I want to give one more because I feel like we've just been running through all our opponents. Like, let's give an actual good game for the YouTubes. Oh, man. Dude, it's payday. Let's go. Let's go. Busted day, busted deck, busted chat. Oh, yeah, busted Kinder Joy surprises. So this was the toy today. Or yesterday, excuse me. It's like a man on a skateboard, but he's like a cactus man. And his head comes off to reveal like a little crayon. That little red hump is a crayon. Anyway, you can write on it. And it said in the description picture that you can just put them in your pocket. So it's my little tech deck. My carrying tech deck. And I bet Andrew's tech decks don't even write. You can't even write with them, right? Insane. So there he is. He's going to give us some good luck. Please bless our deck. Yeah, I really appreciate that sub, both of you. I am commissioning a new emote, which I'm very, very excited about. It is a Delibird emote. It's something that I have not seen anywhere on Twitch, anything like it in the Pokemon community. So I'm super hyped for it. Really, really ready to debut it. I don't know, as early as, potentially next week. So look forward to that. That'll be a cool one for the channel. So we'll attach the active, go with the Sycamore here. And we want to see a battle compressor. Unfortunately, we don't hit it. So we could continue to dig, or we could just chill here. I'm kind of more apt to chill. But, it's not it's not like a confirmed here. So let's see what we want. With the Ultra Ball, we could get ourselves a Dedenne. We could get ourselves a Shaymin. We could get ourselves a Darkrai. I think I'm just going to hold with this hand because we don't quite know what we want. And I really don't want to pitch all this stuff. What I'm thinking here is that if we can get like a Battle Compressor or something, that we could get a Darkrai-GX, restore it, and then laser him. I don't want to laser him now because he's probably going to evolve with his energy evolution. At the same point, I clicked done and I just remembered he might be playing a Glaceon deck, which would be horrible for us. But we do have a VS Seeker. We can try to make our way out of this. So we see a Hypnotoxic Laser. I wasn't even considering Glaceon. There's a Mysterious Treasure. I'm really confused at this point. Maybe it's an Espeon deck. There's a trouble. Okay, Espeon Garbodor is what I'm thinking. Yo, what's up, Jason? Welcome to chat, dude. So Lele comes down. Grabbing a Cynthia. Seems like a really weak draw supporter in the expanded format. I'm surprised he doesn't play Sycamore, but he must have had things in his hand that he didn't want to get rid of. Yeah, man. Gravesaw, it's been a minute, dude. Been a minute. So there is the energy evolution, and that kind of gives us the opening to potentially use Hypnotoxic Laser to take a knockout with our Darkrai. It'll depend on if we wake up. Like, we really kind of need to... Oh my gosh, we needed to wake up there. That was a huge thing. More Kinder Egg action today? Yes, Lily, there will be another Kinder Egg on the way. The series is going very well. So we will grab, I think, this. And we'll discard it and the other laser. I think. What do we want to grab? Oh, a Max Elixir. For sure, for sure. All right. So we do this. We go here. Get ourselves back a Max Elixir. We'll restore. It really sucks that we stayed asleep. I don't know how to really get out of this, aside from a Guzma. But we don't... Like, we're probably going to need to use this VS Seeker to play a Sycamore. Yeah, there it is. Like, we didn't hit 2 energy. I think there may be an argument to, like, use Guzma to knock out the Trubbish, but our hand kind of played itself there, so we have to take a Sycamore. We're not going to be able to get out of this sleep, which is our huge bummer. But we'll make it work. We'll go here. We could continue to dig. Again, I'm not really apt to do that, just considering that our opponent is going to thrive off the more items that we play. We've already played 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We've already played 7. So he's really threatening with this Garbodor to knock us out. So I'm going to just pass the turn. And we'll see what happens here. Oh my gosh, dude. Dankus, I was trying to figure out that comment the whole night. Like, I literally was racking my brain over what he thought. Because I think what he thought is that Dowsing Machine could get back 2 items, which is so busted. It's so busted. There was a comment on the YouTube video that I posted the other day in Hey Fonte, and somebody posted a comment, and they're like, why didn't you get back Dowsing Machine with Junk Hunt? Because it's 2 items, you get 3 items versus 2 or something like that. I forget. But it was pretty funny. I've got to get back to schoolwork. I'll be back for the egg. All right, Lily. Looking forward to it. We'll probably open the egg in 25 minutes. Let's get an egg timer countdown. All right. How do we want to approach this now? We have the opportunity to just retreat and maybe knock this Espeon out. We could Guzma up the Garbodor. I think I want to get another Greninja Zoroark. Let's Ultra Ball. Let's Ultra Ball 2 Sky Fields. I didn't have enough time to think about that. But I think Ultra Balling the 2 Sky Fields is fine. 30 plus would mean 1, 2, 3, 4. That's, the wheels in my head have been turning since I looked at that loony old man. Oh, we need a Sycamore. That's just, that is what it is. Unfortunately, we, like, oh man, I don't want to, that's our last laser. We already have our Dowsing Machine, so we can't ever use Dead End unless we do it this turn. So, you know what? Well, but then he's so easily KO'd. I don't think we can afford to do that. So let's go here. We'll discard some more. Dark. Another boy. And this guy. Sure. That feels fine. Okay. We'll play the laser because we almost have to at this point. And then go in with a Versus Seeker for a Sycamore. Now we need to see how many items we have in the discard. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So we're rapidly approaching one-shot numbers here. But we get the Dark Energy. And let's just make sure. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That is going to be 180. That's going to be enough for the knockout here. So we'll retreat here. We know that his Garbodor cannot knock us out. At least knock out the active. He could definitely knock out this bench guy. For sure, 100%. But we're going to be fine if we go here. All right, Dark Pulse will do 210 because we restored that Darkrai. I just didn't want anything weird like a Silent Lab or something coming down like that. So there's the Fury Belt. There is the Sycamore. We're looking pretty okay, I got to say, especially if he just Lost Purges. It seems like a really bad attack. He might just Guzma. Okay, there is a Guzma probably on this. There it is. And now we're going to look for Guzmas of our own. So Ultra Ball is going to be a good card for us to try to knock out this Lugia and then hopefully top deck another supporter. But let's see what we have. So we'll promote our Darkrai-GX. And man, it's looking tough here. So we can gust up the Lugia. How many items do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 would be 260. So if we do 13, then he could knock us out. I think we do just need to take the knockout on the active. It doesn't feel the best. We could have Ultra Balled for like a Guzma or something like that. But I think just the knockout on the active, there's no real threat incoming of anything else. We wanted to definitely knock out the Darkrai because now we're leaving ourselves open to a Lost Purge. But we'll go here. We'll attach to the Marshadow. Set ourselves up to maybe attack with that in the future. And then I'm going to go ahead and Colress, I think. So let's do that. Let's attach here. It's Colress. And going with the Dark Pulse. So we should have definitely attacked with the Darkrai-GX. Again, I'm worried about a Lost Purge. At the same time, if he ends up Lost Purging, he's not actually attacking us. So we should be able to get a one-shot here and then be able to just clean up anything else he brings active. So I'm not all that worried. We do see a Float Stone come down to the Lugia. Cynthia in action. There's another Trub. You hate to see it, but that is a way that we can win the game. So it's actually totally cool. My opponent is kind of playing right into our hand. I think if we... Oh, yo. Okay, insane. So if we knock out the Trubbish, do we win? If we knock out the Trubbish, do we win? I think at this point we go really hard with the items because it almost doesn't matter. The prize race, we can't necessarily lose if we knock out the Trubbish. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So that's 13. Let's go here with a Guzma onto the Trub. And he's just going to need a lot to put the pressure on. So we'll go here. We'll Dark Cleave. And knock it out. So now we just need to get another Guzma. We have the Ultra Ball in hand, so that's why I just went with that. I tried to thin the hand down a little bit more while still, like, not necessarily. We didn't need to play the Battle Compressor, so that's why I didn't do that. I think I just win now, yeah. There was definitely another way we could have gone with that. Somebody else playing this list might play it in a different way, but he's going to bring the Lugia up. He attaches to it. So he's going to Lost Purge. Again, he doesn't take any prizes for that, and we should just win at this point. We can take a knockout. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's 5 energy. That's enough, I think, for a Dark Pulse. Because it's, yeah, it's 5. We'll attach 6. We're doing 210 again. We'll just Guzma up the Lele. We don't even need to Guzma. Yeah, heck yeah, we can just knock out the active. But I'm gonna BM him. Guzma up the Lele. Just for fun. And Dark Pulse it up. Why not just KO Eevee and then Guzma for game on Lele? So if he is able to get a Choice Band onto a Garbodor, then I could have lost my last 3 prizes on the tag team. So I just felt like there was nothing on his side of the field that could one-shot me except for the Trubbish, which could evolve into a Garbodor. And I had 13 items, so I would have been at 20. With resistance, I would have been at 240 damage. And then if he had like a Choice Band or something like that, he could have done the extra damage to knock us out in one shot. So that's why I did that. Good freaking stuff, dude. This deck is insane. Let me show the list again for you guys at home that maybe missed the first part of it. But again, no disruption. It is a little bit crazy here. Look at this. Look at this. Like no Marshadow. No N. You just go... Oh, I didn't want to save that. Oh, there it is. All right, let's spread it out. There is no disruption in this. You don't disrupt your opponent's hand at all. But that's kind of the beauty of the deck. You just go hard, you go fast with these big tag teams, Greninja Zoroark, and then obviously this Darkrai-GX can one-shot anything in the format with its Dedenne-GX ability. So this is a pretty insane deck. I love it, you guys. Let me know in the comments what you think about it. And if you haven't subscribed to this channel already or followed this channel already, please make sure you do that. All right, peace. Thanks for watching.